Hi there, I'm David Katzmeyer from CNET, and I'm sitting next to Sharp's 60-inch LC-60LE640U. This is Sharp's least expensive series of large screen televisions this year. There's also a 70-inch size, actually bigger than this thing, and a 52-incher, just for the guys who can't afford either of those really big screens. To give you some sense of how big this TV is, here is a standard Blu-ray case, so you can see it's pretty much gigantic, pretty much as big as anybody would want in their living room. Of course, if you want to get bigger, you can go 70. This TV is also relatively inexpensive. At the time of this video, it was about $1,500. We expect that price to fall even later in the year as we get nearer to the holidays. The design on the 640U is very basic around the edge of the screen. It's got a matte black finish. It's also very thin around the edge of the screen, so despite being such a large TV, it's pretty compact. Sharp's entry-level 640U series doesn't have all the bells and whistles of its step-up models, although it does offer a smart TV internet suite as well as built-in Wi-Fi. There's no 3D on this model or faster refresh rates, however. It does have an edge-lit screen, which means that the LEDs are aligned along the edge of the TV. That allows the set to be relatively thin. It doesn't really help picture quality, though. We'll get to that in a little bit. We did appreciate the matte screen on this TV, however. With a great big size like this, it's really nice to have a matte finish that can do a little bit to reject some of that ambient light glare that you get in some very well lit rooms. Sharp's Smart TV suite is actually a little bit less equipped than some of the other competitors. It's missing Hulu Plus and Amazon, as well as Pandora or pretty much any audio streaming. On the plus side, you do get Netflix, YouTube, and Vudu, and we did like the fact that the little strip along the bottom is relatively unobtrusive and easy to get to. Speaking of, you can program the remote control's 3 favorites keys to jump immediately to one of those Smart TV apps, and you can also immediately jump to Netflix with a big red Netflix button here. Sharp does offer a full suite of picture controls on this set. You can actually adjust the smoothness of de-judder processing. That's a new feature this year. Of course, you can also play around with CMS and get the 2-point grayscale adjustment as well as adjustable gamma. So most of the things that we require for calibration are right there, and the CMS actually works relatively well. Speaking of calibration, this TV actually did pretty well in the lab. It doesn't have quite as deep a black level as some of the other LED LCD TVs that we compared it against, but it's not terrible. On the plus side, it does have very good color accuracy, so the set, once you dial it in, can get a really natural color that is pretty much right up to the HD spec. One downside, however, was it didn't process 1080p 24 film-based sources correctly, so we did see a little bit of stutter, where on some other TVs you'll see a nice smooth pan for film. Of course, not too smooth. We did appreciate that matte screen for ejecting ambient light, and all told, the picture quality of this TV is good, not great, but for pretty good value for the price. Another issue, this set was a little bit less uniform than some of its competitors, meaning that the screen showed some slightly brighter areas amidst some darkness, although really wasn't all that visible in most scenes. In terms of inputs, the Sharp is pretty well equipped with 4 HDMI. There's also 1 component video and a few other analog video inputs, as well as 2 USB for video, photo, and music files. That's a quick look at the Sharp LC-640U series. I'm David Katzmeyer.